He walks into the negotiation, doesn't speak first, doesn't fill silence, just sits, perfectly still, eyes steady. Across the table they fidget, shuffle papers, start explaining themselves. He hasn't said a word, yet everyone in the room knows exactly who holds power. The ancient Stoics understood something we've forgotten. True authority doesn't announce itself. It exists in silence, stillness, and strategic absence. Today I'm going to show you 3 non-verbal practices that command any room you enter. Not tricks, disciplines that made Marcus Aurelius untouchable without ever raising his voice. The foundation. Before the practices, understand the principle. Epictetus taught, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. But he also taught what came before the speech. Control your desires, and you control the world. When you need nothing from the room, not validation, not approval, not even acknowledgement, you become the room's center of gravity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. That internal completeness radiates outward as an unshakable presence. The Romans called it auctoritas tacita, silent authority, not charisma, not performance, something deeper. Watch a master negotiator, a seasoned general, a true leader. They don't convince through words. Their presence alone reshapes the room before they speak. Let me show you exactly how they do it. Practice 1. Immobilitas. Strategic stillness. The first practice is immobilitas, deliberate physical stillness. Most people are in constant motion, shifting weight, adjusting clothing, touching their face. Each movement broadcasts nervousness, uncertainty, and need. The Stoic sits absolutely still, not rigid, relaxed, but nothing moves without intention. Marcus Aurelius, in Senate meetings that could determine the empire's fate, would sit motionless while others argued. Not because he was passive, because he was conserving energy while gathering information. Seneca wrote, nothing is more honorable than a mind at peace with itself. That inner peace manifests first as physical peace. I practiced this last month in a tense board meeting. The proposal I'd spent months on was being torn apart. My instinct, gesture defensively, lean forward, physically engage every criticism. Instead, I sat back slightly, hands resting on the table, completely still. I watched who spoke, noted their arguments, but my body gave nothing away. Something shifted. The criticism became less aggressive. People started looking to me for a response. One board member actually said, "You're very calm about this. That makes me think we're missing something." I was terrified inside, but my body told a different story, and the room believed my body. Here's the neurological reality. Humans are wired to read physical cues before processing words. When your body is still, you signal either complete confidence or total control. Either way, you project power. The practice. In your next important conversation, eliminate all unnecessary movement. Sit or stand with intentional stillness. Watch how others react. They'll fidget more. You'll speak less. You'll command more. Epictetus taught students to practice stillness daily. Sit in silence for 1 hour. Move only when you choose to move. This trains the body to obey the mind, not emotion. Practice 2. Silentium responsum, the strategic pause. The second practice is silentium responsum, responding with silence. When someone speaks to you, the instinct is immediate response. This is a mistake. Immediate response suggests neediness, eagerness to be heard, fear of silence. The Stoic pauses, not to craft clever words, to let the other person's words settle and reveal their full meaning. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. That pause is where you revoke poor estimates, where you separate signal from noise, where you decide if response is even necessary. 3 weeks ago, a client demanded we cut our fee by 40%. Your competitors quoted half your price. Why should we pay more? Old me would have immediately defended the value, listed credentials, justified pricing. Instead, I sat in silence. 5 full seconds, just looked at him calmly. He continued, I mean, unless there's something I'm not seeing. More silence. 3 seconds. What would we be missing if we went with the cheaper option? I'd reversed the conversation without saying a word. Now he was questioning the cheaper route. My silence created space for his own doubt to emerge. Then I spoke calmly. The difference is in complexity management. Your project has 17 integration points. The cheaper quote doesn't account for 12 of them. You'll pay less upfront and triple during execution. He signed at full price. Seneca taught, silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings. Each pause trains you to separate what deserves response from what deserves silence. The practice. When someone asks a question or makes a statement, count 3 before responding. In those 3 seconds, ask yourself, does this require my words, or is silence the stronger answer? Most conversations contain 30% unnecessary words. Your silence eliminates them while amplifying what you actually say. Practice 3. Absentia strategica, strategic absence. The third practice seems counterintuitive. Control the room by leaving it. Absentia strategica, strategic absence. The Stoics understood that presence gains power through selective absence. Marcus Aurelius would leave Senate debates at their height, returning only when decision time arrived. His absence created vacuum. People argued to ghosts, exhausting their positions before he returned to decide. Epictetus put it simply: if you wish to be powerful, don't seek power. The person who doesn't need to be in every conversation becomes essential to important conversations. This manifests in 3 ways. First, selective meeting attendance. Don't attend every meeting you're invited to. Attend only where your input changes outcomes. Your absence from minor meetings makes your presence in major ones more significant. Second, early departure. Make your point, then leave. Don't linger for validation or final words. The person who can walk away controls the interaction. Third, delayed response. Don't respond to every message instantly. Some things answer themselves with time. Your delayed response signals, I respond when ready, not when demanded. Last week, a crisis erupted on Slack. 18 messages in 10 minutes. Everyone is panicking, demanding immediate decisions. I read everything, then closed Slack. Went for a 20-minute walk. When I returned, the panic had burned itself out. People had already solved half the issues. I wrote one message addressing what remained. Good work identifying the core issue. Here's the decision. Specific directive. Moving forward. My absence had let them process emotion and find clarity. My return provided direction at the exact moment it was useful, not sooner. Seneca wrote, "True power is invisible until the moment it's needed." Your strategic absence makes your presence undeniable. The practice. This week, skip one meeting you'd normally attend. Leave one conversation before it ends naturally. Delay one response by 4 hours. Watch how these absences paradoxically increase your influence. Integration. These 3 practices work as one system. You enter the room. Immobilitas. Your body is still, controlled, present. Others immediately calibrate your energy. Someone challenges you. Silentium responsum. You pause. Let their words reveal themselves. Respond only when response adds value. The conversation circles. Absentia strategica. You contribute, then leave. You don't need to see it through. Your absence creates space for your ideas to land without you defending them. 2 months ago, I watched this pattern close a 6-figure deal. My business partner talks a lot. I warned him, in this meeting I'll speak once, maybe twice. Follow my lead. We entered. I sat still while the prospect presented their concerns. 17 minutes of talking. I didn't move, didn't nod, just absorbed. First pause. What you're describing requires 3 things: speed, quality, low cost. You can have 2. Which 2 matter most? Silence while they processed. They chose quality and speed. I nodded once. Then here's exactly what that looks like. Explained for 90 seconds. Then stood. I have another meeting. My partner will handle details. We'll send the proposal by Friday. And left. They signed Monday. Full price. The prospect later told my partner, that was the calmest, most confident pitch I've ever seen. We knew you weren't desperate. We weren't. My presence showed it. My stillness proved it. My absence sealed it. The ancient Stoics commanded empires without microphones or social media. They understood that true authority doesn't announce itself. It simply exists, undeniable and unshakable. Marcus Aurelius sat silent through Senate arguments that lesser men needed to win. Epictetus taught through presence as much as words. Seneca's power came from what he withheld, not what he gave. You don't need to be the loudest voice. You need to be the stillest body, the most strategic silence, the most intentional absence. Immobilitas, silentium responsum, absentia strategica. Practice these and watch rooms reorganize around you before you speak. So here's my question. Which room do you need to control this week? And which practice will you start with? Comment below. Subscribe to Stoic Forge for ancient power in modern contexts. Not performance, but presence. Share this with someone who talks too much and achieves too little. And remember Marcus's words, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, silently, powerfully, undeniably. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.